Delta 547, wind is 19016, runway 22 right, clip takeoff.
Runway 22 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 547.
Track via
Air traffic controllers protect our nation's airways. These are the stories of real air traffic controllers to boldly deliver a safe, orderly, and expeditious flow of air traffic from their departure point to their final destination.
And it's just early in the morning, about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we hear this Mayday, Mayday, Mayday coming over 120.15. And so we got all the speakers like that. It turns out it's a Cessna 150 over the Navicero VOR, 9,500 feet to turn Mayday. And since it was over there, the guy on the west part was Ron Swan, answered the guy. And you got to remember, 150 is a high-wing, two-seater trainer that you're sitting on the floor, basically. The seat is on the floor. And the door comes all the way around like this. So you can pop that door open and there's nothing there. Well, this guy calls a Mayday and he said, my student just jumped out of the airplane. And apparently the guy wanted to commit suicide. The whole story came out later that he wanted to commit suicide. He climbed up to 9,500 feet. He had the instructor in the right seat, put in a do steep turns to the left. He popped the door open and just rolled out.
Wow.
Just rolled out. And
wow. That's commitment.
That's it.
And there's a long story behind one of that.
Bad instruction.
And
Did you hold altitude in the seat turn?
I don't know why you go 9,500 feet, 300 feet.
well, that was
300 feet. Let's go to
That shows what, how long does it take to get a 150 to 95?
All day.
When, like you say, 300 feet of work. You have to go on. But anyway, that's what happened. So as this conversation goes on, he said, we're trying to figure out what happened, and we're listening to this. He says, my student just jumped out of the airplane.
That's wow.
My student jumped out of the airplane. And he said, okay, are you okay? He says, yeah. He says, is the airplane okay? He goes, yeah. He says, so what's your emergency?
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh my God. And it was a young instructor, like 20 years old. He said, I just want to go home.
Did you know Craig Walter?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Craig and I worked together and Evaporate. He trained me on local. I trained him in Tracon, so we had a long-term relationship. And we were in the middle of the afternoon, and we did get a pretty busy afternoon push around there at between 4 to about 5:30. You could do a 30 or 40 hour. And Craig was out with a student, and he told the student, today we're going to practice go routes. So I'm working local. Craig's out with the student, and we could do land and hold short over there. So it's crossing runways. And I tell the guy on the crossing runway, cleared to land, hold short traffic with the option on the other crossing runway. And of course they roger everything. He got a little disoriented, and as Craig was coming into the flare, the guy turned right on the runway right at him, about 1,000 feet apart. So needless to say, Craig got a real go around with his student. But you do when you
said Navasota, the only the items, all the years I worked, I only had 9 years controller and 2 or 3 years as supervisor. But I had one in Navasota one time where we had a UHF College Station make approach. You know that old Air Force had the 6 or 7 seats in it for navigation training, or the T-28 or T-34, whatever the hell it was. Anyway, thoughts. He's making approaches at College Station, and I got a twin Cessnas at like 11,000 coming over College Station in about Houston. And so I forgot, that's a 5 kilo Romeo, and I have a Southwest coming down. He's going to cross Navasota 10 at 250. So I got to get this guy at 11. So I get him across 100 miles north of Navasota, down below 9,000, maintain 7, give him the altitude. And the UHF transmitted at the same time. So, okay, get a Romeo at transmission block, send across 1 miles north of Napa, so that's below 9,000, maintain 7,000. But same shit again, 3 times, 3 times. The 4th time I said, UHF at College Station, Air Force so-and-so, stand by, stand by. Get a Romeo. Send and maintain, cross 10 northwest miles below 9, maintain 7, altimeter so-and-so. He said, okay, center, I got it. I'm sitting there talking to the D side. We're talking about something, and all of a sudden, Southwest, and he's got a crash across my episode attended to. Could Southwest says, God, we almost got that airplane. And I go, shit, Sister, what you're up to? I'm sorry, sir, I'm sorry, I forgot to send. I'm sending you out. I got hung with an operational error. Gil Bodie.
Gil Bodie.
So I didn't get a readback.
Gil Bodie.
And I don't really get full rebates, get an apology for not doing it.